Hello everyone, my name is Decker Link, the trained unprofessional, and welcome back to Tennis Ace. On the last episode, we finished up the student day of the school festival on the Shoichi route. We bought some shout-outs, Wolfstar pins, not pins, were keychains, thank you very much. And on this one, it looks that we're going to be dealing with the actual school day festival while my dog clanks around in the background playing with his bone toy. Fucking deal with it. I got a tile floor and he's playing with something that's veritably plastic but is not. So we'll fucking deal with it. Come back again. I assume it's a computer clerk. One of the students in class 1A waves at me as I leave their attraction, a big goofy smile on his face. I have to admit, there are quite a few interesting displays set up in this year. Class 1A set up a dramatized retelling of the legend of the old gods, Izanagi and Izanami. The story itself is a pretty well-known myth, but the acting and the lighting effects were very good. I was drawn to it the whole time. Certainly beats the weird version of Romeo and Juliet that I watched yesterday, that's for sure. Still, I looked down at my phone, part of me is pleading for the day to end already. Even though I've been trying to distract myself, I've had something gnawing on me since the weekend. Shoichi and I barely spoke at all since then. He hasn't had any free time since Monday, which means I've been worrying about him without having any chance to check up on him. And, well, I also kind of miss him. I keep thinking about him whenever I'm alone and idle. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. Now I keep worrying about him all the time, thinking about how his day went and wondering if he's doing well despite us barely talking. Is this what falling for someone is like? It's never happened to me before, so I don't know. Besides, I'm just being silly. It's not like we don't talk at all. We still message each other every day in the morning and right before bed, just like we used to before. Good morning, hope your day is great. I'm going to be a bit busy, so I probably won't be able to hang out with you. Please have fun without me. That was a text he sent me yesterday. Yep, not much has changed. Except for maybe the fact that this song is way too fucking short and not looped properly. It's very noticeable and distracting. Good night, Cleves. Have sweet dreams. I love you, heart. My cheeks feel a bit hot just reading this stuff again. Shoichi, you dork, why do you have to be so sweet and dreamy all the time? It scares me just how quickly I'm getting attached to him in a whole different way than I was before. The more I have to adjust to these new feelings, the more time I have to adjust to these new feelings, the more strongly they come up. If anything, now that I know they're there and what they are, it feels like they're resonating even stronger inside of me. God, I sound so stupid and mushy even to myself. I really need a distraction right now. A figure at the corner of my eye catches my attention. I turn around to look and... Oh! Haruki Kun. Okay. I see the wolf's ears twitch when I call out his name, and he turns around to face me. What did I even call him? His name just came out of my lips before I noticed it. Oh, it's you. What's with that look on your face? You lost or something? Haruki raises an eyebrow, looking at me with just as much confusion as I'm feeling right now. What? Is there something on my face? He hasn't noticed it? Or maybe I'm just mistaken? I think this is just the first time I've ever he ever managed to greet me without insulting me. It's nothing, sorry, I'm a bit out of it. The change is so slight that I barely even notice it, but Haruki's body immediately shifts when I say so. His shoulders quiver and slump a little bit, his eyebrows lie just a bit flatter, and his tail lowers itself, almost going under his legs. Is he concerned for me? Yeah, I'm fine. Just got a lot on my mind. How you doing? Wolf shrugs, looking out the windows of the hallway and staring out at the masses in the courtyard down below. I'm alright, I guess. The entire volleyball team was pretty down after the match this weekend, and With the third years all retiring, the mood has gotten a bit weird. Doesn't help that we can't use our courts either. Yeah. His eyes focus on me again. Once he sees the expression on my face, he mutters a curse word to himself. Sorry, I shouldn't have brought that up. Is everything okay with the dog? Beats me. Beats you? Aren't you his... Before he can finish his sentence, I wrap my hands around his muzzle, forcing them shut. Spoofy! I could hear a stifled yelp and the wolf jumps away from me. Ow! What's the big idea? A tear forms around the corner of his left eye and he pokes his tongue a few times, wincing in pain. Are you okay? No, I'm not okay. You just closed my teeth on my tongue! Sorry, it's just... we're in public. The wolf freezes. After a few seconds frozen still, he turns around mechanically to see quite a few people stopped in the hallway with their eyes stuck on him. Sorry. He mutters a quick apology to the crowd that stares at us and then turns away from them again. Aren't you well behaved today? Shut up, dork. Oh, ouch. Careful, you might end up cutting someone with all this sharp wit. To get back to what I was asking, is everything alright with the dog? I haven't seen him since Sunday. He usually doesn't leave me alone for this long. I didn't know you guys used to hang out. We didn't. I mean, he's always hounding me to go to practice and to be nicer to our teammates and blah, blah, blah. Also, you're trying to dodge my question. Oh, you noticed, huh? I might not be the brightest guy out there, but I'm not stupid either. To be honest, I'm not too sure. This fucking song is looping badly. Shoichi and I hung out with the others for a bit on Monday, but it was just a little while. We haven't really talked at all outside of that. Oh, you think he's trying to avoid you because he doesn't want to worry you? I do now! Oh, sorry. Lifts a hand in the air as he apologizes, although his face remains completely neutral and unfazed. I liked it better when you were just insulting me instead of trying to be helpful. Huh? What do you mean? Never mind. Yep, totally unaware. What about you? Are you okay considering the loss on Sunday? Haruki shrugs, looking none the worse for wear, all things considering. That's not how that phrase is... That's not the proper use of that phrase. It doesn't hurt me as bad since I've barely even become part of this team. Besides, this isn't my last year, and I've never really played with the seniors, so them leaving doesn't affect me much. I guess that's true. But it's still a bit frustrating to have lost after I finally got to play. Clenches his fist. Haruki's lips press tightly together so tightly that they become a single thin line. I see. I'm glad. You're glad I'm feeling frustrated? You're kind of an ass, aren't you? I don't mean it like that. Just that I'm glad even you can feel frustrated about losing. The wolf puts a hand up on the windowsill, looking out at the courtyard once again. I guess. Hey, I've got nothing better to do right now. Do you want to come with me someplace quieter so we can just talk? I kind of want some company. He raises an eyebrow, looking me up and down with suspicion. Sure. I got a bad feeling as soon as he popped up. I don't know. You don't have to look at me like that. I'm not plotting anything. Oh, what the... That transition did not work. The white wolf takes a look around the empty room, whistling once he looks over at the massive inside instruments. I'm surprised they didn't empty out this room for the festival. Have you ever tried moving a piano? Besides, where would they put all of it? There's a lot of old, expensive stuff here. They didn't want to risk moving them. Or at least that's what June said. June? Is he that squirrely little tiger that was with you guys on Saturday? I think that was his name anyway. Yeah, that's him. Although I'm pretty sure he wouldn't like being called squirrely. Well, was there anything you wanted? Not really. Just thought we could talk for a bit. At least it's a different song. Yay. He crosses his arms, looking at me with a raised eyebrow. Really? We barely know each other, and all of a sudden you want to talk. What, did you run out of friends, so you decided to go for the next best thing to keep you company? You talk too much. Isn't that exactly why you wanted me to come here? Fair. He cocks his head to the side, looking me over with puckered lips. Is everything alright? You're acting strange. So are you. Since when are you so nice? I've been trying to stay distracted, but I'm a little worried about Shoichi. You said you hung out with him on Monday, didn't you? Did it look like there was something wrong? No. He didn't look upset or worried or anything? No. He seemed totally fine and energetic. Haruki raised his eyebrow. So, what's the problem? Can't you see? He looked totally fine. That's the problem. Don't look at me like that. I'm not crazy. Certainly not helping your case any. It's just... I can't shake this feeling that he's hiding something. I mean, God, he's always been the type to stay silent when he's hurting because he doesn't want to bother others. Sounds like a royal pain in the ass. Must be all too familiar to you by now, too. Is that a gay joke? Yes, I'm particularly proud of that one. Why did I want to talk to you again? Beats me. I was asking myself the same thing. I just want to get my mind off of it. I want to be able to enjoy myself instead of just worrying about how he's feeling. You shouldn't worry so much. I'm sure he's fine. He probably didn't say anything because there's nothing to say. But you can't know that. Well, if there was, he probably would have told you about it by now. But I already told you he's the type to keep things in. You know what? You're right. He's probably destroyed right now. Actually, if you strain your ears a little bit, you can hear the sound of him sobbing uncontrollably over his broken heart. Why are you making it worse? Hey, I tried to make it better. You kept fighting me over it. I didn't realize, but this song also doesn't loop properly. Oh, Jesus. At least it's longer than the other one. Point taken. Haruki pulls a chair and takes a seat, sighing as he looks up at me. Listen, I don't know why you thought I would be good company when you're like this. I'm not good at dealing with emotional people. I can insult you a few times if you want. That I'm good at. It's fine. I think I just need to have a normal conversation without worrying about that others are worried about me. And I guess you've come to the right person. I don't get two shits about you. I know what I just said was basically asking for it, but you still could have said that in a nicer way. He shrugs. Could've, should've, didn't. Such an ass sometimes. Well, you would know about asses, wouldn't you? Was that another gay joke? Yes. I got a bunch written down. Want to see? No, I don't want to see you, weirdo. Oh, finally, there's a smile. Is that a fucking smile, too? Did his sprite change, or is that still the same one? So that's your strategy. Antagonize me until I laugh. Nah, antagonizing you was just supposed to be fun for me. You laughing is an unfortunate side effect. Sure. By the way, did your little brother come over to see the festival? Taro? Not really. He's really busy studying. He's not exactly doing well at school. Not the sudden drift to my brother, though. I just remembered you two seemed really close when I met him, so I was curious. Nah, he's an antagonistic little shit. He'll be the death of me one of these days. Your brother's much cuter. You just say that because he's so polite to strangers. He's a nightmare for me to deal with also. Is that so? Would have never thought of it. You know, I was pretty surprised to see your softer side. It was nice. Haruki crosses his arms, leaning back on his chair and shooting me an unfriendly glare, with furrowed eyebrows and bared fangs. Soft? I'm not soft. That's for mushy people. Mushy people? Yeah, the kind that are all, whoa, my feelings and whatnot. Blech. Makes me sick just thinking about it. You have issues, dude. Don't we all? Now, that's a little too negative for my liking. The wolf shrugs. He seems to like shrugging quite a lot. I've already lost count of how many times he did it today. What about your brother? Did he ever come to check on the festival? Nah, he's not very interested in school festivals, and he'd rather spend his time studying and practicing. Practicing? Does he also play tennis like you? Yeah, he's pretty good, too. What's his rank? Do they even have ranks for children leagues? Right now he's ranked 45th in the country in the U14 league. Oh, that's not very high. He still has a way to go, but he's very spirited. It must be pretty hard for him to compete like that. What do you mean? A brother that is famous in all of Japan for playing the same sport, considered one of the most talented players to ever come out of the country, and he's barely in the top 50. He probably gets compared to you a lot. Oh. I never thought of that. Haruki raises his eyebrow, putting a hand in his waist, looking at me funny. With all due offense, you're an idiot. All due offense? Yes, I meant that. I meant that I knew what I was saying could be read as offensive, and that's what I wanted to do. You're a jerk. Thank you. Seriously, why did I ever decide to talk to you? I don't know. Hope it wasn't because you wanted to come on to me. Yeah, no, you're quite a catch, I'm sure, but I already have a boyfriend. Oh, are you sure? I was looking forward to rejecting you. It would have been fun. I can't tell whether you're joking or not, and that worries me a little bit. Please relax. I'm mostly joking. Mostly? This dude really scares me sometimes. Speaking of homo, how goes it with you and the big gay dog? You two looked awfully chummy on Saturday. Speaking of homo, big gay dog, where the hell you getting these phrases? Hey, it's really dull around here. I have to amuse myself in any way I can. I feel like the nicer he becomes to me, the less offensive his insults become, and they turn more and more ridiculous instead. Well, regardless, it's hardly any of your business how things are going between the two of us. It's bad enough you know we're dating. Oh, come on. I'm part of the reason you two even hooked up in the first place. At least satisfy my curiosity. Why are you even curious about that of all things? Haruki shrugs. I have very few friends. Not much to talk about. Come on, spill. There's not much to tell. We just kissed a few times, maybe hugged a bit. That's it. Wow, you guys are boring. I thought you two would have fucked by now. I object to this entire conversation. Oh, please, you already have a reputation as a playboy here. I know you've dated a ton before. You expect me to believe you're some kind of bashful virgin. Give me a break. That is hardly any of my business. Yeah, I got it. No need to parrot it back to me. I'm just saying. If I'd been dating someone for a week, I've already sealed the deal. You're so crude. Besides, it's not like I'm bashful about sex or whatnot. It's just that... Cocks his head to the side, a big grin on his face. Seriously, why are we even talking about this? Because watching you squirm is fun. Come on, you've already said this much. Might as well say the whole thing. No, I refuse. Absolutely not. No way. What a bore. Better a bore than a bore. Better a bore than a bore. That is dumb. That is a dumb fucking line. I don't like that line. Oh, ouch, my poor feelings. How will I ever recover from those painful words? Just shut up already. Sure thing, boss. Ugh, don't call me that. I think it just felt a chill run up my spine. Alright, whatever you say, that word. Why do I bother? Beats me. If it makes you feel any better, very few people have gotten this far before. Oh yeah? And what do they get for putting up with you so often? They have me to insult them on a daily basis. Wow, spoofy, really? Wow, some treasure, as I was trying to fucking say before you messed up my typing. You messed up my typing. He's smiling at me. He's so fucking cute. I love my movie. They seem to enjoy it at least. Part of me is afraid of discovering who these people are, but then again, I do tease and mess with my friends all the time. Guess I'm not one to talk. So, what are you gonna do now? Surely you don't plan on staying locked up in a room alone with me. And to be honest, even I wouldn't want to. Gee, thanks. Your presence is lovely too. There he is. There's this boovie. You wanna say hi to the purple? You wanna say hi to the purple kisses? Blum. Blum, blum, blum. Oh, got a whisker in the mouth. Gee, thanks. Your presence is lovely too, ain't it, spoof? I don't know. I want to hang out with Shoichi, but he's probably really busy today. He didn't say anything about us meeting in his messages to say to me this morning, so I'm assuming that that's the case unless told otherwise. Why could you just be upfront and say, hey, I wanted to spend some time together? I don't want to be clingy. He might get tired of me if I did that. I don't know if I want to risk it. Oh dear God, why does everything have to be so difficult with you? Are you this indecisive with everything? Pretty much. It's my main character trait, apart from being snarky. If I were in the dog's shoes, I'd get tired of this indecisiveness instead. Just go talk to him for Pete's sake. What if he's really busy and still decides to take time off to be with me? Then I'd just be burdening him. He's your boyfriend. That's what he's there for. Just don't abuse it and you'll be fine. But for crying out loud, just go already before I smack the ever-loving shit out of you. What? Got it. Great. Go hunt your boyfriend around campus. It's his job to keep you entertained, not mine. Besides, I already have plans and I can't spend too much time here. You have plans? I did just tell you also have some... What? I did just tell you also have friends. You don't have to sound so surprised. I think there was a missing word in there. I'm not surprised. Sure you're not. Anyway, I'm gonna leave now. Good luck with your relationship problems, loser. Dots. Might as well. Dots. Alright. Well, that was a nice, entertaining talk with Haruki. And on the next episode, it looks like we're going to try to talk to Shoichi. So let's see how that goes. But until next time, thank you all very much for watching. And let's go ahead and... Juliet Slate, I love doing it so much, don't I? Ooh. On the left, you have a list of patrons. Thank you very much to them. If you want to join them, there's a link to the Patreon in the middle, as well as a link to subscribe to this channel. On the right, you have, ouch, Spoofy, stop it. On the right, you have the most recent upload and the one that YouTube picked out just for you. And until next time, guys, bye. Spoofy, stop!